Advent is holding a VIP of some importance to the resistance movement, and the spokesman has asked that we intercept the transport vehicle and rescue the target. We'll have to take out any hostile forces protecting the package to secure the area.
Thank you, Bradford. And in case you haven't already figured it out, this is ZigZagZog coming to you from somewhere in this world. Operation Red Sentinel is ahead of us in the Advent Central Precinct of Manila. So let's go grab ourselves a scientist. This will be a tough one. 10 to 12, I believe. And they tend to linger a lot around our target vehicle. So we could be in for a bit of a fight. Let's go find out.
Menace 1-5, we have a confirmed location for the VIP. Move to rendezvous. Eliminate all hostile contacts.
Oh, okay. Yes. Well, fortunately, we do have a shinobi to help scout things out for us, and let's kind of get a sense. It's between two sets of buildings, and we also have a little something over here of an evac zone. And, you know, usually it's not too far away from these things. So what would seem appropriate, to be quite honest, is see if we can't go around this building. Maybe those that are guarding the thing are more on this side, and we can kind of sneak in there and then defensively hold it and run over to and kind of play defensive battle as we evacuate. Of course, that all changes if all the enemies are on our path. And then we have to adjust. That's the way it works. So Frog, I think what we'll start out doing for you, and let's hope, well, we're peeking through the skylight, so I don't believe we have to worry about anything down there. Frog, let's start peeking over the edge here as we move forward, see if we can find some pesky drones.
Merci.
There's always pesky drones on this mission, it seems, and I hope we don't have a pesky drone down inside this room because we're about to run right by an opening. But I want to get further vision over this way.
Okay, je me dirige vers la cible. On a un groupe d'ennemis dans le
And
secteur.
speaking of pesky drones, we have found one.
Aye, aye.
So I think probably essentially the best thing we can do. Now it could fly straight over towards us and expose Frog, and that would just be a total disaster. So I guess if we're gonna get exposed, let's get everybody forward so we can destroy that pain in the butt drone right away.
Ubicación confirmada.
And at least you, Angel, yeah, at least you have a good weapon for, like, mechanical enemies like a drone, so you can still help us, even though your psi would not work on it. Let's go here, and let's hope the drone does not come right towards us. Oh, and we got something to work our way. How about that? And that's probably a great place for that drone to have gone. And I do believe we have the ability to jump down. Now is probably when I want to jump down, at least with Frog, to get an idea of what might be out there. So Frog, let's get you down. How forward and aggressive do I want to be? Well, we have fair vision here. So I imagine if I go here, hopefully you being the shinobi, if something's right there, we should still be okay. It's what I'm counting on.
Okay, je bouge.
And even better, there's nothing there. And at least right off the bat, initial impressions, how far over does this go? Not super far. So we're at some point we're going to be dealing with that drone again, which is a bit of a pain. I could push you even further forward, but I probably think it's best that we don't right now. So maybe I'd just bring you a little farther forward into corner cover. The drone is a wild card, depending on how it changes its patrol when it gets near the edge. It could really be a pain for us. I really don't want Frog to get exposed. Now coming up high would be a bit of a problem. on a yellow move. So maybe what we do, we don't have great vision. Well, we have some vision in here also. So maybe what I do is I bring you here so that we have an option on a blue move next time to check up here and take a peek. Because I don't mind, I'm kind of leaning towards everybody this way. I don't mind getting you necessarily up high, though, to give us good vision of what we're going to be facing. That's kind of the way I'm thinking. I guess I'd be more inclined to keep you down here and bring you over here, except, you know, that drone, unless it reverses course, that drone has me worried about you, at least, down there getting exposed.
Affirmatif, j'y vais.
All right. Looks like it's time for us to get down there and follow. And Dave the Alien Grinder, I think if I keep you here, if that drone comes back, you'll be in good position to deal with it.
Yes, sir.
And then we got to get everybody else kind of set up. Machine Hater, it would be nice to have you in a nice solid shooting position. In fact, potentially, if things wander around the corner down there, this is exactly what I'm looking for. Might be a little too far removed, too far back, but we'll have to deal with that. And the boy, too bad you don't have any more speed than that. I would prefer you being a little faster. We're gonna have to look for a hefty speed PCS maybe for you.
Will do.
And Justine, we'll bring you here.
So you're here.
Okay, we have sight of another pod. Sergeant Sentry Drone. So that's 4 that we know of, and they're kind of walking in the direction we want to go, which could be awkward. And that kind of limits my ability to come to the edge with our shinobi, unless I want to be exposed. So I may have to change my thinking. Well, that's not Frog yet, so let's get Frog. I still don't think I want to get to the edge right above these guys. I think we'll get exposed, but maybe just to give us vision of what's ahead of us down there. We don't really see here, though. I bring you up here on a blue move, and we'll find out what we see on the roof.
Ordre bien reçu. J'y vais.
I was worried that maybe we'd see another drone, but I don't think that's the case today. And I'm leaning towards, if I bring you here, I don't think we have to worry with you being a shinobi seeing anything, and then you're going to get more vision across the way and see if there's any other pods patrolling and rotating around that thing, so we know what we're getting into.
En route vers la position indiquée.
And we don't see anything else, because you pretty much have vision of the street. Ooh, baby. So maybe this is what we do. Now, they're probably covering the evac. I don't know. You never know where they're going to be. But I think what I'm leaning towards is taking a peek around the corner. Obviously, we can't stay there because we'll very likely get exposed by this wandering group. But I would like to take a peek around the corner. And I don't think anybody else out here. Well, Nooks, and you can't quite get around the corner. So we're going to do it with a heavier gun and Dave the Alien Grinder.
Yes, Commander.
And we have been spotted, and we've been spotted significantly. Oh, baby! Everybody that could spot us has spotted us, right? 2 drones and 2 soldiers are there to take care of us. The sentry and the sergeant. The sergeant has the biggest hit point issue against us. Now, I could always, if I have to, not use you and pull you back. But my first effort, to be quite honest, is going to bring Nooks over to this point.
Affirmative.
And probably launch an explosive here. And we're lucky enough that it picks up both. Both at the extreme of the circle, but let's start dealing some damage.
Prawn cocktail coming up.
And that's good damage. We just halved the live Advent count. And what it does is it makes this Advent Sergeant killable from soul fire. So, I know, Justine. Well, I guess this is what it means, is I can bring you here to soulfire this guy right here. Because we have both Dave the Alien Grinder, and then we have Machine Hater, which are two good options. Obviously, we could graze and fail somehow, but there's two good options to potentially get us out of this jam, to be quite honest. So let's get here for the soulfire. And there's no other live targets, so what I could do, I wonder, do drones have fuse? Well, he does. So I can fuse this guy to kill him instead of soulfire. How about that? Thank you for carrying a grenade. And then I can shoot my mag weapon over here, which will definitely help also. I kind of like that. All right, that was beautiful. And let's see what your shots look like. We have a 94 and a 91. Well, guess what? I'm doing the 94. I like those odds a lot better. And the good news is it's a mag weapon. So even with the armor, if we just do medium damage, it's gone. That's pretty cool to me. And guess what?
The treasure of an old sacrifice shall form the foundation of a stronger.
You and your multiple voices. You and your multiple voices. Machine Hater, you hate machines so much, and it's a 90% shot. I'm thinking, oh, I can't get you. I can get you a little farther forward. I just don't know if... I assume, yeah, at this distance, that should be a slightly better shot, percentage-wise. That's what I'm thinking. Now, let's see if you can take it out. We have a backup with Dave the Alien Grinder, should we need it. Oh, you just didn't hate it quite enough. And it grazed. Yeah, man, you almost did it. You almost did it. I think we'll save the Haywire Protocol at this point. It feels to me that we can hit this thing. What are the odds to hit? Well, you know, in this instance, I don't want to even take a chance. I know it's a heck of a big cooldown. Oh... But, you know, if I don't use it now, I may never get to use it. Let's just guarantee this hit, because we've had some weird things happening lately at high 90s misses, and we don't need to miss. And then have my one guy that can revive. Aid protocol. Yeah, my one guy that can revive, have him get zapped by this thing. So let's guarantee that that doesn't happen, and do the hail of bullets and guarantee the shot. All right, we still are not out of the woods yet, because we still have up to 8 more enemies out there. We did get rid of, well, one drone was attached to a pod. We got one lone drone. Odds are there's at least another lone drone out there. Let's get moving.
Enseguida.
Is anyone going to wander into us? Okay, we have sight of something we would prefer not to deal with. And apparently, you've lost sight of them. Mainly, probably because you're in this there's full cover blocking your view a little bit. And I'm thinking if we can slide you down, Frog, we can probably gain sight of them again. And at the same time, I'm not sure exactly where they are down there. So they're probably back here a little bit. Because they moved forward. I'm not sure exactly where they are. I'm unclear, but I think I'm safe to move down and gain some sight. And that allows the rest of us... Oh, it's going to be tough to sneak in there without... While we're... Oh, we aren't hidden down here. These guys can all sneak in there to open that door. Question is, I wonder what's on the way to our exit zone. I guess we're about to find out. So, Frog, let's gain sight of these individuals down there. I think if we go here, hopefully we'll still have sight and still be able to get you in the direction of the rest of us. Okay, we have our sight. So it's a Berserker, Sidewinder, and possibly something else. We didn't really get a good view when it kind of blinked in and out when we saw them move the first time. But what we do need to realize is they're coming our way. They're heading in our direction. So we got to be ready for that. And in our direction means, yeah, they don't have to walk very far, very much more to see us. They do not. So I'm leaning towards, since I do not see Haywire Protocol on any of these enemies, I am leaning towards bringing you here. Now, unfortunately, you do not have a free reload. And these are enemies where I would want you reloaded. The problem is, if I want this loot now, I'm going to probably have to run out here and grab this loot now. And then if I want to guarantee staying out of sight when they advance, yeah, if they come straight down, standing at this corner, we would be seen. So maybe I have to back off here. Let's pick this up and then maybe go a little farther back, so we at least have the space so we don't get exposed this next turn. We do have a little bit of a risk, though, doing that over in this direction. But it's, yeah, and sometimes I have seen them hanging out around the evac zone, so that there's no guarantees here. There never is, right? Now, Frog, I can't get you any farther down, and I kind of like what you did, so we know kind of a little bit of how far away we need to be from them. And Frog, if I was to try and move you to join the rest now that we know this information, I can't really get you ideally where I'd want you. Although I could bring you down here to pick up this loot, and they would not get close enough to see you. So that's an option once I get everybody moved. So let's pick up this loot. See if we're going to see anything.
In hand, Commander.
And we don't so far. And we're near the edge there. I'm leaning towards coming here. Or I could come there. But I like the idea of having at least somebody. I could remotely open the thingy. In fact, let's come back here. Because we could remotely open that door then at this point. And they shouldn't be able to wander into us. And then I'm not moving too far over. I hope. That's the play. That's the plan. And then I think... yeah, you can't come this far, but I think, yeah, if we come a little far, if we were to come, so that's... I want to be at least behind this thing, I think is our... this is kind of the curb line, I think, is our safe spot to be hiding if we were to choose to hide. And since you're a Grenadier type, I'm going to hide you here, the boy. And since we're going to do that, let's pick up the loot right here. On the way. Oh, now you can't hide behind the thing. Well, that sucks. That sucks. Me and my wanting to stop for the loot. This is fine still. I hope. Gotta remember that you're slow and that we gotta get you caught up to everybody else. Well, it allows me to bring... you were just keeping that, reserving that spot for Nooks. Avaroth, get moving. Angel, you at least have some ability to bring you back here. And then we got Machine Hater, who we definitely want forward also. So we need some firepower if we got a Berserker coming our way. And I really do think, Frog, you've served your purpose here. Let's pull you back, knowing they're going to be coming towards us. Now, you're above that curb line, but you also have lower detectability, so we're going to bring you right here.
J'y vais.
Okay. So, we aren't aware of them being there. Frog, I'm going to slide you over now. I am gonna slide you over to say here to see if we gain sight of them. Or I can slide you over to here. I'm trying to figure the best place to slide you over to gain sight.
Je bouge.
And it feels like maybe they didn't wander towards us. Pretty crazy. Pretty dang crazy. And our evac zone, this is the corner. I'd be shocked if anybody was hiding back here. Dave? Yeah, I guess I'm going to keep you there just to give you the opportunity to reload. And then we're going to hack that door open. We're going to take a look at both hacks, to be quite honest, to see if there's a hack on the hacky pole that I can forget before we exit, like I usually do.
Let's do this.
Because we may need that mag rifle I equipped on you if the Berserker wanders our way next turn. Let's get over here. Let's check what the door hack is. Well, before we do the door hack, let's check the other one and see what it is. Override and distraction. I don't think those are anything that will help us.
Works.
It just doesn't sound like it. Okay. So, 56 to complete immunity from the next 2 attacks. Well, you know, we're going to cancel. Now we'll do the safe door opening. At least, I've never seen enemies hiding in the van with the prisoner. Is that a possibility on this thing?
Aye, aye. Attempting capture.
And the question is, do I still have to get somebody? Now, I like the idea of this one. I really want this one. It's random as far as... Whoa! We didn't get it. Oh my god. Oh my god. That's about as close as you can get without getting it.
God, this works.
Oh, man. Oh, man. And so, yes, we still have to get over there to unlock the freaking door. At least, I can do it silently. And by getting that far forward, however, we start getting amazingly close to a potential berserker. But at the same time, we got to open the freaking door. And I don't want to wait. So we got to take this risk here and now while everybody has all their movements other than the alien, Dave the Alien Grinder.
Je confirme.
And we see them because we heard the little stomp stomp, which indicates that we see them. So they are moving closer. If we're lucky, they go indoors. They have a need to get out of the sun. Wouldn't that be nice? And I don't think Frog can open the door right now because he needs an action to be able to do it, even though it is a free action. So I think what we're going to have to do is set some folks over here. In fact, a Machine Hater from here on Overwatch sounds good to me.
Legen wir endlich los.
And we'll set some others on Overwatch at the moment. In fact, let's have our shots as close as we can be without, you know... Yeah, if they're going to walk towards us, we need some Overwatch ready.
It, okay?
And our Grenadiers should also be prepared. Maybe they don't have to go quite as far forward, but if they see us and then they scatter into the building into potentially high cover, guess what? I'm bringing some folks over here. And I don't even know if the boy with it, because he has a heavier gun, I think. Maybe, I can't recall.
Aye, aye, Commander.
I think I gave him a heavier gun. Oh no, it doesn't. Yeah, it's close. We're close to being seen. Oh, baby. You just have a ballistic, but that's why you're a little slower, because since you didn't have as many grenades or upgraded grenades, I wanted to have you backup option with a weapon. Unfortunately, it's just ballistic, but, you know, it is what it is. Let's get our grenades close-ish.
Más vale que haya algo.
And even though they're non-powerful weapons, everybody will be on Overwatch now.
Eyes peeled to the
Scanning
floor.
enemigo en guardia.
And I have a feeling, unless they go inside, no, we got a battle. We hit one, we miss the other. Snakes are aggressive. I like aggressive snakes into grenade range. And stay in grenade. I love the grenade range that we have. We can break the Overwatch. Nooks, you're going to start this off with a big ol' Avaroth bomb right here. And I hope it's a good bomb.
Prawn cocktail coming up.
Overwatch removed. Overwatch killed. So the majority of us, what I'm going to do is hold back you, Angel, to take care of the Sidewinder. We're going to have everybody else unload on the Berserker and hopefully take care of them. We'll start with you, Machine Hater, because you have a powerful shot and you also have chain shot. So we're going to open with a chain shot against the Berserker at 91%. And it looks like we connected. And it looks like we just took the sucker down. Yeah, that's the way I like it. And then we can quickly end it right here with you, Angel. Do I want to protect anybody else? Well, we don't know of anybody else. Let's do this first. Let's have you open the door. Okay, we are revealed by doing that. Oh well. I'm thinking at this point, we need to just get the hay out of here as quickly as possible. Oh, I thought that might be a pan for a pod, but just by running here we exposed, but does not seem to be the case. Now I could run up forward, but I you know what? I don't want to run forward for anything right now. In fact, I'm probably going to leave the loot now that we're all visible, because the last thing I want to do is we're trying to escape is bring another pod into it, to be quite honest. And look at it, says we have 4 active. So there's another pod that is very nearby that very well could be rushing us upcoming. And we don't know where they're going to be coming from. The safety of my scientist is all of a sudden a little bit of a concern. What I will do is move you here to full cover.
On the move.
Okay. I will... You know, what I'm thinking is I might, since you still have... Well, you only have 1 grenade. So no, we're going to have Angel finish the thing, finish this guy off.
Wow, inmate, that's dark.
And there we go. Now, we'll have that Overwatch. The boy, I'm thinking you are a little on the slow side. So you're going to come back to kind of be... And since you can launch grenades, let's keep you here. Let's keep you here. Oh, so it's more forward, huh? Let's bring you here. Because your weapon on Overwatch isn't going to do that much. And since we may have another pod active, let's pull you back too. Avaroth is the straggler in this scenario. And if another pod is coming towards us, that's as far as I'm pulling you, Frog, because Flesh is in the picture once again. And we got to get over here. There's a few windows. There's obviously a rooftops that they could come in, and less likely is behind the building. But we're not out of the woods yet. We've all seen weird things happen right when you start to relax. And with another pod active, I am concerned. I'm not going to have as much Overwatch as I might like. Let's find out. And there they... Oh, right where I said they wouldn't be. Guess where they are? We got a free sneak peek right there. Oh, baby. And we're supposed to be moving towards that? Well, the good news is they're around the corner, except there's a door there. So they technically will have vision through that. Now, the good news is not everybody can get out yet. Or I should say the bad news is not everybody can get out yet. So maybe I kind of hang out here so I can overwatch against them, because right now everybody but Nooks can get out. It would appear. I have to check the boy because he's my slowest guy. Okay, the boy cannot get out. So we kind of got to hang back. The boy is real close. So I'm not going to run for it yet. I'm going to bring the boy here. In fact, I'm going to bring the boy here.
No hay problema, jefe.
And we didn't see him. I definitely got to get Nooks farther forward. So next turn, everybody that I can put on Overwatch, yeah, you'll just do a regular. In fact, you know what? You only have an SMG anyway, right? So we're gonna get you here. You're faster than the boy who could barely not make it from here. You should be good from here. Yeah, especially that's about, yeah. You should be fine from here. I'm afraid of that one extra step over here now all of a sudden. So we're going to bring you here.
Aye, aye, Commander.
And then we're going to position everybody else a little farther forward so we can overwatch and have that as a potential for us. And yet still be able to get the hay out of here. Machine Hater. I'm gonna hope that this is safe because it's pushing it. But that's a pretty good distance. In fact, why don't we just play it safe and bring you here? Because you can barely make it out. This is closer. It's a few steps away this way. I gotta go with the full cover. Okay. I thought it would be okay, and it is. And we'll cheat you forward just a little bit over here, Frog. So if flesh is needed as they advance, we got it. And then I don't know, because if they come around the corner, I don't know if you'll technically have a shot or not. I guess I'm gonna keep you there. And we'll take a chance this way. So everybody, I think we're at the point where we all need to just overwatch. You, my friend, will hunker. And everybody else will overwatch. Regardless of the weapon, the odds that they'll be able to hit, you name it. Let's do a free reload, just in case, so we're ready for next turn. Because we did that chain shot, which is unfortunately on cooldown.
Nachgeladen. Bitte Feuerschutz.
Come get some.
Afirmativo, cubriendo.
And they're coming around the corner. Oh, it's a tough pod too. And I think you hit Machine Hater. Good job. Oh, good hit. That's a danger. Anytime you take down a Centurion, holy smokes, is that a good hit. Everybody's deciding to hit on this Overwatch. I think even you did, Frog. Oh, you broke the streak. Dave? Dave, you broke the streak. Well, you know what? I think we're going to try escaping anyway. Even with him there. Who was the slow one? Yeah, so you even can make it out. And we're just going to run by these ones, you know, sticking out our tongues. Machine Hater, yeah, even you can make it out. Nobody's going to get in there on a blue move to be able to shoot and kill this thing. Somehow it feels incomplete without killing them. But I don't need to wait around for two more enemies that could still be out there. To be quite honest, that's like all you need is like two of the worst enemies we could possibly face as a pot of two that messes this thing up. Dave the Alien Grinder. Yeah, let's just run. Nobody's on Overwatch. They can't do anything as we run by. Let's just go.
You read my mind.
I would love if we were within blue move territory to just do that. And take the blue move and shoot at them then, but guess what? We don't have that luxury. Oh yeah, we definitely want to get the scientist out. The good thing is only our mechs know how to grab the ropes that we belay down to them, so that's good.
5 sur 5.
Copy that.
Schon unterwegs.
Alright, I think we're all in there. I think we're all ready to go. And, get the hay out of here.
VIP récupéré et prêt pour l'extraction.
This is Firebrand. VIP is secure.
Status confirmed. Mission accomplished.
And if mechs do that, if mechs scratch their heads in bewilderment and wonderment, that mech is doing that right now. Okay, we decided on the wall prop, I see. And I'm fine with that wall prop, except, wow, Frog. Are you two becoming bondmates? What does Averoth think about this? That's what I want to know. Just for that alone. I'm using that. Viva La Rebellion! And is it Frog who's feeling a little rebellious right now? Is that what that's trying to tell us? Oh, my lord.
Thanks to your efforts, dissident activity is down across all territories. The travel ban between city centers has been lifted. Remember, good citizenship has its reward.
Doesn't it love how after our successes they lift the bans? So Averoth, you did the most damage. Those grenades versus multiple targets are killers, and you provided a good one. Most attacks, Angel, you are active. Whether it was Psy or whether it was Mag, you were on target today. And Frog was the biggest mover. Of course, none of us were shot at. That's the way to stay alive.
I expected something of a learning curve for our new recruits, but they've done a remarkable job, Commander.
Okay, we have another promotion that allows Angel to get back in the tube and get another perk along with her fuse that we were able to put to good use today. So you can see the value of fuse, at least against enemies that carry explosives. It was able, yeah, it freed up a lot by having fuse available, and we didn't have to worry about having an unnecessary dangling drone left over. So we're starting to see our advancements and our perks that we're gaining from that advancement start to pay off. Obviously, we can't do anything yet until we put you in the tube, but you're slowly gaining the perks. Frog, what do we have for you? Well, we've just picked up a big one for a Shinobi, and that is Blade Storm. So anybody that tries getting rough and tough with you is going to get a little surprise. And very low, yeah, we're hanging on just for Lightning Slash on this one. We're going to avoid all the rest just because as a Shinobi, that's a huge one, potentially, I think. And very low, it's going to be tough, because very low, we only gain 31 excess AP, so we're going to need a little help to get there. But that's just the way it works sometimes. Sometimes that's why we save up our XCom AP to allow fun perks. And the boy, congratulations! We get to do a little something with you. In fact, I didn't even pick out exactly how we're going to build you. That's going to be something else we're going to have to take care of. I am going to go with needle grenades because I find that just to be the best overall without destroying corpses and not destroying the loot, more importantly. And then I'll go ahead off camera and pick the rest of the perks we're going to pick. Now you have, unfortunately, very low combat intelligence, so we're going to be limited. You know, Shredder's always a possibility, if only it worked with grenades also. And you don't really shoot your primary weapon for that. Implacable, well, there you go. That's the one we want to save up for. with you. It's the one that makes the most sense for you. There we go. And I almost picked the one that said, yes, spend all the AP on XCom. I almost marked it wrong. Well, I'll mark the rest of your path between episodes. And if you have any input, the boy, on anything you think would be a good build for you, or you just want to let me decide, you know, let me know in the comments or Discord. All right. So we got an emergency life support and a laser sight, both of which probably in my book I could sell. I could see maybe using emergency life support on a shinobi assault, someone that gets up close, but convince me if you think we should use it. And there's another scientist. In fact, the research time decreased by only 9%. It's always been at least 10% before. So we're starting to get staffed up, so the decreases are becoming less and less, to be quite honest. And so we're getting to the point where we should be able to maybe... Let's say Illyrium 25 hours. You know, I'm kind of leaning to... We're starting to back up on our Psi Lab. We have one of two options, and that is, well, we also have an option over here. We could afford another lab upgrade here. So maybe that's what we do. We do the lab upgrade here, put a scientist there, and then pull the other available scientist and get our tube really cooking, since we're starting to get backed up a little bit. Or is it only backed up by one? Well, that's still 7 days, though. I think we can speed that up. So that's what I'm going to do initially. And I'm also going to look at the med bay, the infirmary. Maybe popping that in place now too. Kind of definitely leaning that way. So let's see if we can spend. Now, all this stuff we're spending is not going to help at all towards building extra weapons. Let's just check costs again. Infirmary is 150. So it still leaves us over 100. I think the lab is in that 60 neighborhood, and of course uses power just like this one. So I think that's what I'm going to go ahead and do, and then save the rest for weaponry at this point. As much as I want to keep building this, building that, doing this, doing that, you gotta have some. And resistance comms, we fortunately have 2 more contacts available, so I can. That's what's allowing me to put this one off when we definitely will need it. And we had a spare engineer, so that comes in handy. Let's take a look over here at the upgrade. And it is actually exactly 60. It gets us up to 26, so it still probably leaves us enough power for another building. I'm going to do this just to improve one of our scientists' performances.
Laboratory facility upgraded.
All right. And yeah, it lowered our time. I thought it was, and I could be totally wrong, but I could have sworn it was like over 40 hours. So it is, our research is speeding up, but I'm about to make that change right now by speeding up our Psi. Now, if I come down here, let's just go back into the Psi lab. And if I just, I don't want to take him out. I wanted to see who else was available. I know for sure, I can't remember if there's 1 or 2 waiting. Tiber Azure may have been the one waiting I was thinking of, and he's now in the tube, and that means Angel's also backed up wanting to go in. Now, to upgrade this, let's just check it out. I can't afford it. So we're going to stick with 1 tube, but with an extra scientist, and we'll check how this timing changes by doing that. Not by much. Seemingly not by much. So we got our training down to 5 days now. That means a couple days sooner that Angel will be able to get in there for her training now too. So yeah, we'll keep it like this. The benefits of just picking up 2 recent scientists, that really helps us out a lot. Okay, The other thing I want to do, we have Guerrilla Tactics School. We have these 2 new rookies, and I'm going to throw them in here. Connor, we actually picked somebody up with good aim. How about that? I need a new gunner, and I want to put you in the gunner training. I am definitely short on gunners, although it's kind of late to be ramping you up, but maybe we can at least get you to chain shot at least before we get too late into the game. We'll see. And then, oh wait, there's one more to go. Might as well get them both in there and training. And I'm figuring, you know, your aim concerns me, but I've at times been short on Shinobi, but late game Shinobis are not all that much. But I sure do like the sneaky power they give us. And then I notice missing that a lot when we go out with teams without a Shinobi. And as far as other classes that we have, we're pretty well distributed around here, to be quite honest. We now picked up our next gunner, so you know what? Yeah, I'm going to go with the Shinobi, just to give us that extra bit, that extra sneaky vision that we have. The Shinobi definitely paid off for us today. The way we were able to use Frog to determine how far we could move towards our rescue and be safe and put off that first contact a little longer, giving us time to rescue the scientists. So I think I'm going to go with the Shinobi just for that simple reason alone. And I could also make Arnold a sneaky Shinobi and train him with some officer perks too. There's also that. All right. So the next thing we got to do is I have a mission that's just percentage points away from getting to 125. Let's take a look at that. So we're sitting at 123%. I want to check it at 125. Strength is still at 3. And we're going to, you know, scan for a mission here briefly. We're going to stop it right away and see if we can do that mission now, if we're going to get the lowered threshold as far as enemies is concerned. Oh well, that stopped the timer pretty quick. And we got 7 days and that's exactly not what I want to do. This is not where I want to get their attention, because I want to keep it under the radar still and run other missions instead of one that's going to greatly increase the vigilance. So I'm actually, even though we could do it, it's not the right kind of mission that I want. Doggone it. And we're down to 124 here. Now, I wish I could just speed this up. Or maybe what we'll do is I'll just sit here on slow speed and then do a little fade up to when it hits 125%. Let's just check right now. Oh, we're down to 7 to 9 already. Oh, baby, we didn't even have to get up to 125. So guess what, folks? We got our next mission. I'm glad I checked. And it's a fun little crew going out. Carlos Sectoid does our assault with one of the big heavy-hitting shard guns. We got Boomer going out with a mag rifle. His bondmate, Marcus Jaw, he was in the tube, although he's freed up now. We got Paul Forrest Reynolds going out as Boomer Grenadier. We got Raul Lasermaster. So we got some leadership skills on this one, along with a mag long rifle for our sharpshooter. EcoBot gets to go out again, and Dan Stubbs Locutus. So we got some boom power, and we got some heavy hitting stuff from the Spark and the Ranger and the Assault. So man, this is an offensive machine team compared to some we've had to work with less boom power, and we've still done okay. So I'm looking forward to this upcoming mission, especially at 7 to 9, to gain us back some much needed intel. So I hope you enjoyed today's mission. It went swimmingly well. It's really nice when it works out and your scouting and your positioning just kind of pays off, pays big time dividends, even with that first unexpected exposure. So I'm thrilled. Let's hope we can continue that trend next time. This is ZigZagZog signing off from somewhere in this world. Thanks so much for watching, and I do hope to see you next time.